Hey guys, I just wanted to give a brief overview of how I'm using my Ground Control Pro with my Kemper and a volume pedal that I'm actually using as an expression pedal. Really quick, the way that I have my ground control set up is I have 8 instant access buttons, 4 preset buttons, and then banks and banks and banks of presets saved. The instant access buttons correspond to my stomps. So the first 4 of my these first 4 buttons correspond to these guys here. So you push the button, turns the stomps on and off. The second line of 4 corresponds to the effects. All right. The presets are just combinations of these effects being on and off. So I should note that I am in just the browser mode. So these buttons will work with these stomps and effects on any profile. That's just the way I'm using it right now. I could go into the perform mode and switch presets and change amplifiers and stuff, but this is kind of a proof of concept. I couldn't find anywhere on YouTube if the ground control would for sure work with the Kemper. Found some encouraging like threads and on message boards that gave me enough confidence to try it and purchase the ground control. And it's just MIDI. It should work. But now you can see that it does work pretty easily. I'll do a more in-depth video later. So what was I saying? So presets are made up of different combinations of these effects. At any time I can add or take away, and say I add a bunch of stuff to preset 1, but then when I want to go back to the original preset 1, I can just press that. You can name them. These are named poorly. Like I said, it's just trying to prove a concept. So that's basically how I have it set up. As you can see here, my kind of lame labels. Instant access button 8 is labeled tap, and rather than using that to turn on and off my reverb, this 4th slot in the effects, I have it assigned to the global tap tempo. Wilmer's either coming over to check out the sun or check out the Kemper, either way. So I can hit the tap, speed up the tempo, slow it down. Works pretty good. And that's a global tap tempo. And it sets the tempo for all my delays. So rather than using an instant access to control my reverb on and off, I have my expression pedal, which is just a volume pedal with an insert cable going into the ground control. Ground control reads the difference in resistance as you move the pedal and converts that into a MIDI information, assigns it a value between 1 and 127. So the way I'm using it is if we go into my reverb, you can see the mix down here right now at 0. As I move my volume pedal up, I can change the mix to 100% or anywhere in between. So just by moving this, I can control my mix. So down is off, obviously, and I can just really quickly dial in the amount of reverb for whatever part of the song I'm in. That's basically it. Tomorrow I'm going to try and do a gig with just the Kemper, no cabinet, no amplifier, no live sound on stage, volume pedal and an expression pedal, and the ground control. We're going to see how it goes. If nothing else, it'll be an easy load in, load out. And the only reason I'm using a volume pedal and expression pedal is because I haven't quite figured out on the Kemper how to get a good swell like I have on my timeline, so I'm going back to the old school volume pedal, and then I'll use the expression pedal to control the amount of reverb. I think that pretty much sums it up. I might do another video and just go into depth on how to assign every button this way, how to set up a volume pedal as an expression pedal, and how specifically to change, in the browser mode, how to essentially just use it like the Kemper's an amp, and then kind of a normal switching system to change groups of effects on and off. It's really pretty simple. There's a couple little steps you have to do, so I might just lay it out for you. If there is interest. So, hope that helps. Like I said, I was a little nervous to purchase the ground control because I wasn't sure if it for sure would work the way I want it to, but it for sure does. It gives you a ton of flexibility. It's lightning fast. There's no lag. As soon as I hit the button, the sounds change. It's everything that I hoped it would be, and for considerably cheaper than the Kemper foot controller. And it is super robust. It's way sturdier than like those Behringer MIDI foot controllers that you can essentially turn into a Kemper foot controller. This is way more robust, and it's not that difficult. So I will record more later.